How's it going, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in this 1998 Ford SVT Cobra with 38,000 original miles. Alright, so again we have a 98 SVT Cobra. This is a real Cobra. Has the original 4.6 in it, backed by the 5-speed manual transmission. What's cool about this particular car is it's got great miles. It's 38,000 miles, but it has this aftermarket little handheld SVT X4 tuner, and it actually makes this car run really, really well. I actually have the little box. The guy that we bought the car from, I think he's the one that ended up doing it. Yeah, it is a X4 performance and diagnostic tool. Just gives it a small little tune. It just seems like the throttle response is a little bit quicker. Again, none of the 94s through the 98 Cobras are going to be classified as fast. Some people really like the 94, 95s. Again, I'm one of those guys that likes the 5 liters, but I have no problem with the 6, 7s, and 8s. The 4, 6s are still good motors as well. You can do some simple things to them and they do run nice. This one in particular, having the little stuff done, having that little tuner done, excuse me, that little tune done, it actually just runs better than I thought it would. Drivability is excellent. Again, motor's got good power. Throttle response is a lot better than it would have been without the tune. Transmission shifts through all the gears well. Clutch feels excellent. Power steering works like it should. Brakes work like it should with no issues with any of that stuff. As far as functionality of the car, all of your gauges work like they should. Heat and AC also work well. Air blows cold, has a good volume of AC when you kick it on. There you go. I really like the fact that it still has the Ford radio and the little CD, little CD changer down at the bottom. I have not been able to test that, so I don't know if that actually works, a little disc changer. I don't have any CDs to put in it. I doubt most of y'all do either, but at least the factory Ford AM FM radio does work. On your interior, it is the factory tan leather interior. Everything shows well. You do have the black Cobra floor mats, the black dash, black headliner, black visors. Really no issues with any of that stuff. If you know these cars, you know the leather is notorious for not holding up extremely well. This one is not bad. It's very clean for a 38,000 mile car. You do have a little bit of leather wear from getting in and out over here on the driver's side seat. I've owned a couple of these cars that have had less than 5,000 miles and the leather looked worse than this car. You just get some little stress cracks within the leather itself. But again, interior door panels, overall the interior is very clean. You just have your little bit of normal wear on the driver's seat. Temperature gauge is coming up good. Speedo tach, all that stuff's working. And I can't tell, it might have a different short throw shifter in it, but it's not one of those ones that it's hard to find the gears. It just does feel like it clicks a little easier. Get on it here a little bit. Nice easy shifts. It just runs a little bit better than it would have been stock. These are fun cars to drive. You can hop in this thing and drive it every single day. Underneath is spotless, no issues on the bottom. The floors, the frame rails, everything is very, very clean. No issues underneath, no accidents on the Carfax, it's clean. Miles are true and accurate, it's 38,290. On the exterior, you have your factory Cobra wheels, which are nice, good tires. Original paint, it's got a small spot on the top of the driver's fender over here that's been touched up. Some stone chips on the very front of the hood, same thing with the front bumper. Again, you're going to get that stuff from being almost a 40,000 mile car. You're going to get a few little nicks. Right around the license plate, the little surround in the back, there's like a little, maybe about the size of a dime, that chip that's been touched up. But again, overall original paint, it shows well, but it's not perfect. It's got some small little nicks. I always suggest taking a look at the additional infos tab. You'll see the imperfections that I'm talking about. Take photos of all that stuff so you can see that on my website. It's mostly stock exhaust. It basically has aftermarket mufflers and tailpipes. Nothing too crazy loud. You hear me talk about it all the time in my videos. Nothing like irks me more than driving a classic car or a specialty vehicle like this that's got aftermarket exhaust on it where you can't have a conversation. It's cool to have loud exhaust until you're driving the car somewhere and you, one, can't listen to your radio, and two, can't talk to the person sitting next to you. So having a nice combination of still hearing your exhaust, but still being able to think is a nice combo. So this one sounds good going down the road. The suspension is all stock style equipment. Nothing looks like it's been messed with or changed. Everything checks out and looks good. No weird sounds. And then you have your power options. You have your power windows, power locks. The windows all work. The locks all work. You do also have cruise control. Set the cruise and that'll work. These are optioned with tilt. And then these do have power seats. And they work well. Glass is all nice and really no scarring on any of the windows. Back glass does have, I don't know if it's aftermarket or if that's factory. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know. But it's got a little tint on the back glass. It's probably aftermarket, but I'd have to check. And it's also got the windshield strip here, so most likely both of those are aftermarket. Yeah, that's aftermarket for sure. But the back one looks dark enough to be aftermarket. So again, no issues with any of the glass. There's like, after looking at, there's like one tiny little streak in the windshield right there, just very, very minor, nothing to write home about. No lights on the dash. Sometimes these are notorious for the theft light will flash. When you first crank the car up, some of those lights will flash, but they go off instantaneous. Sometimes when you're driving these cars, they're notorious for some of the sensors for throwing codes. This one doesn't have any problems with that. There's no lights on the dash. Downshift. I sell a bunch of these cars. I do a lot of the 94s, 95s, and I do also sell a bunch of the 96, 7s, and 8s. For a long time, I just sold the 94s, 95s, but they've gotten real expensive. It seems like you can get a 96, 97, 98 for just a little bit less money. So if you don't have to have the 5-liter, you can get basically the exact same car with basically the exact same performance for a few $1,000s less if you're okay getting a 96, 7, or 8. They're fantastic cars any of the years from 94 to 98. I love them. They're great. They're fun cars. They're really starting to come on in value. I like everything before it that's so expensive. You go to the next best thing the next year. Fox body market is still crazy and all that stuff is so expensive. So this is the next generation. It's a completely different car than the Fox body market, but I've always liked them. I've always had them, always sold them, and they do really well for me. So this is a fun one. Black with the tan leather is always a great combo on these. This is a fantastic car, front to back, good miles, runs better than most without being supercharged or anything like that. Just a really, really clean Cobra. These cars are easy to drive. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to get updates for all the content we're putting out daily. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, and I will see you guys on my next test drive video. Thanks again for watching. We'll see if the marketing team will open the door for me. He might be photoing. Oh, he heard me coming. Look at that.